Hey guys, welcome to Parker's Reefs. I'm here with Ken and Jack from Reef Galleria Aquarium, and we're here at a secret supplier, Wholesaler, and these guys are going to take us through, have a look at some cherry-picked corals to take home to their store back in Melbourne.
Yeah, we're super excited about this one. Lots of colour.
Super excited.
Lots of awesome corals, and yeah, super good to be with Sam as well.
Let's go check out these super secret corals right now.
Yes.
All right, thank you for joining me on another episode of Parker's Reef, and I guess I should probably start things off by just going back a step or two. You see, a few days ago now, I got a message from Ken, the owner of Reef Galleria Aquarium in Melbourne, saying, hey, we're going on a bit of a boys trip to Cairns and want to know if you want to come along. So I don't know about you, but I could not say no. I jumped on the next plane to Cairns, caught up with the team from Reef Galleria in Melbourne, and we also had Will from New Life Aquariums in Melbourne, plus he is the Australian representative for Sanking Flow Colour Piping, and of course Hazel and her partner John up in Cairns, and we refueled ourselves both with some food and some drinks, and then we went about setting around Cairns and visiting as many of the wholesalers of the team there at Reef Galleria as we could. Now, this episode we're going to focus on a secret wholesaler, but I can say that we've got two more very well-known wholesalers to come on the trip in Monsoon Aquatics and of course Cairns Marine, so stay tuned for those two videos. But today we've got a little secret wholesaler, which I know it always raises questions when I say secret wholesaler, but this wholesaler is at full capacity of their operation. They cannot collect any more, and they have more than enough customers to sell to, so they did not wish to get any extra recognition or awareness or people knocking on their door. But I can say that they've got some incredible corals here, and I'm more than excited to take you guys through the trip. So perhaps let me roll back to the footage and we'll let Jack and Ken from Reef Galleria in Melbourne run us through the intro. Let's roll the footage.
All right, so the boys, we made it to Cairns. It's been a crazy few days, but finally the sun has come out, and we all could not be more excited to go check out all the coral supplies today. We've seen some of the boats. We've been looking for crocodiles, haven't seen any, but not yet. But today we're excited to see some crazy corals. And we got the crew here, sun's shining. It's a little bit hot. Ken's getting a bit sweaty. One too many beers, but we've made it. So let's go.
All right, here we are at the super secret coral wholesaler, and I'm afraid I'm just going to have to jump into the footage here because I can't show you any sort of location where it is or any of the staff involved here, but I can show you these absolutely jaw-dropping corals, and we're going to start in this first coral bay here. We saw all those beautiful kryptonite candy canes there, and then we move into this just wall of fungia, and I gotta say there's some cracking fungia in this, from small ones to big ones to some of the colors I have not seen before, some crazy patterns, you name it. If you like fungias, and I gotta say it's a massively underrated coral, there's some crackers in this pile here, and the combinations you can make, this big guy here, just off the charts. And I know Will from New Life Aquarium does have a bit of a soft spot for some fungias, and he loaded up with them here. We've got some acans along here, some beautiful specimens in here. I must admit, my eyes were drawn to this little tray here of Recordia. Hopefully the camera will adjust and show you the colors of those. I might get into a better position to show you those in a minute, but have a look at some of the ones in here, including this little rainbow piece. What an absolute stunner. Recordia is very popular at the moment for, I was going to say for some unknown reason, but that's probably unfair. Probably a very good reason. They're a beautiful coral, but we'll keep moving on. There's some nice hammers over here, really nice models, some greens, solid greens, some reverses, a few golds in there too. You can see some of these nice yellow anchored pieces there. That's solid green there. That's a very, very nice piece indeed. I'm not meant to be buying coral here. I can shop on behalf of one of the stores that I help out at in Deer Park Aquarium, but I'm meant to just be filming, and I must admit it was very difficult looking at these beautiful corals just through the lens of the camera. Have a look at all of those yellow hammers there. Total showpieces indeed, and they just don't end. There's some really nice solid greens in there to contrast just the colors, I guess, show you how yellow those yellows are. We'll move on across to show you some more though, because there's a number of Gonioporas in here and some really, really nice elegance corals. Look at the camera adjust to show you the colors there. That one, that little one there that Will's just pointed at for us with the Nice sort of translucent tentacles and that frosted white ring. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece, and there's plenty more there. We'll get on the other side of this tub in a second. See some nice orange fungias there. No shortage of Bernardipora and Goniopora there. From your standard greens through to your beautiful reds into your burnt orange, your sun, I think they call them sunrise or sunburst Bernardiporas. Beautiful pieces indeed. I'll just keep the camera pointed down so we don't pick up any staff, but you can see Jack from Reef Galleria has already started cherry picking before I even managed to get the camera over there. And can you blame him? Have a look at some of the chalice in this section here. Just ridiculous pieces. And the boys are picking up more big Lobo or Symphilia there. Look at the color contrast on that. Just a beautiful piece indeed. Have a look at this one there in the middle with the red, yellow, and blue. But I got to say my eyes are drawn to the chalice there because there's some pretty primo chalice there. We've got some more Lobo over here though. You can see just the range of colors and contrast. That one there was the one I was talking about before with the blue center, the yellow ring, and then the pink ring. I really like the team are going to pick that up. I think that's Ken's hand there. He knows what he's looking at, and he's going to add that to his tray to bring back to Melbourne. And we'll head on over the other side of this tray because the boys are pretty feverishly sorting through here, and I want to try and get some of these corals that they're cherry picking out on camera just before they go into their tray. Have a look at these chalice here. There's some legit golds in there, some nice nice convict one there, some of these golds with different colors splashed through them. Have a look at that blue with the bright red and orange ring there, nice red eyes on some of them. The solid red's very nice indeed. And if chalice aren't your thing, have a look at some of the blastos here. Got some big colonies of blasto there, some of the gold rims, some reds, plenty there. The team here still loading up on some pieces. Some nice Cynarias ended up in their tray along with those Lobos. There is some Acro under there too, which we'll get to in a second. But let's come back to these Blastos because, man, I must admit, I'm not a huge Blasto fan, mainly because of my hybrid angel. I think would like to eat them, so I don't ever really try to put them in the tank. SBS, on the other hand, is something that my angel doesn't seem to be able to eat, other than trimming back the polyps. And it's nice to see, particularly pieces like that, some off-the-charts SBS, just in here with just an ocean of beautiful LPS like this piece here. Have a look at the colors on that Cinaria. There is reds, pinks, yellows, all the colors in there. That one's very quickly been added to the tray with some other nice Cinarias. Cannot blame the RGA team at all for cherry picking some of the nicest corals I've seen in a long time for their store. But we'll head on over here and see what else we can find before they add them to their tray. We've got some nice, what do we got, war corals there, I think, or some Echinata coral, chalice. You can see a little bit more of the SBS pieces there. Got some more chalice, and then we move on over to some torch. We've got some gold torch there. Some of those will still color up a little bit more. We do have another high-end torch to show you before we leave this facility though. And then we move on to a nice little wall of scollies here, and there's a good assortment here from war paints, UFOs, solid greens, bleeding apples, heaps and heaps of scollies there to pick from. Some really nice high-grade ones with yellows and reds splattered all through them. Very, very nice pieces indeed. Have a look at this bright orange guy here. Very, very nice. Almost solid gold with a splash of green and red and even some different tones of yellow through there. Very, very nice piece indeed. I'm just making sure I don't drool into these coral bays. The team have asked me to pass that one over to them. That has now been cherry picked and added to the tray of corals to be boxed up and sent back to them. There's a bit of a recurring theme of gold in there. You can see all of these beautiful pieces from chalice to Lobos to scollies, Cinarias. They've got them all in there. And I can, spoiler alert, say that the team loaded up a heck of a lot more than that tray there. They went to town at this wholesaler, and I can't blame them. You see some nice bubble corals up the end there. Very nice pieces indeed. Nice splashes of yellow through them. But have a look at some more of these chalice. That one, oh sorry, these scollies. Team pointing out some more stunners there. I must admit, I do like the green and purple UFOs, but yeah, it's hard to argue with a bright orange, yellow, and green scolly, that's for sure. But I'll let them continue to cherry pick some pieces. That tray is filling up fairly quickly. They'll have to get another tray soon because That one's going to be chock-a-block. We'll move on and see if we can find some more pieces before they get cherry picked out of here. Get one more quick look at the SBS here before I go and, or here, someone else is already picking up some nice pieces, talking about the growth pattern of that and where it's going to go in their tank. And yeah, that's a nice little piece to add to the collection. Let's see what other corals we can find. Although I must admit those blastos are just singing away there. Look at that SBS. Look at the pink and green on that. It's just ridiculous. And the collector did tell me that that's actually been in the holding tank there for 4 weeks at this stage, which for wild SBS to hold that kind of color for that time frame is an absolute testament of the conditions they must have in the facility here, because that's just holding color like no tomorrow. And yes, these blastos, like I said, I do have a fascination with them because it's a coral that I can't keep with my angel. But just seeing so many high-end blastos next to each other is a very nice sight indeed. Go back past these chalice because I just have to have a look at them. Have a look at the golds in there. The I think they call them the flamethrowers, or the watermelons with the blue and reds. Some of those golds there just very, very tempting indeed. And these lobos, I mean, I almost feel like they should be over near the scollies just to compare. I know scollies are sort of the darling of the corals of this shape, but lobos and symphilias just have even more color and even cooler growth patterns. That gold chalice with the blues and reds through it's a big piece with lots of colors in it. Very, very nice indeed. But yeah, have a look at these. Wow, the colors in these. If you had scollies this size with this number of contrasting colors, I can only imagine what they'd sell for. And in my opinion, these things basically are scollies. They're just they're much more affordable, although some of these ones are a little bit more high end and come in a bigger size with an even bigger range of colors. But let's keep on rolling. We'll get a good look at what's left of the Cynarias over here. Another quick look at the few SBS pieces there. These are the ones the team did not hand pick out. They're the leftovers and they're still that nice. Some nice war corals there. Here we've got some more of the torch. We'll get another look at this side of the scollies. We'll get a closer look at the ones on this side of the tray. Some big pieces in there. I quite like that there's a blue with some frosted colors through it. Some of those UFOs we touched on, very, very nice indeed. And a couple of other pieces there that just your more standard scollies, but will definitely contrast your others very nicely. You see those bubble corals there. That's the very fine bubble corals, and I just can't help but wave the camera over what the team has cherry picked out for that tray at least. But what I do want to do is jump back over to another bay where the recordias are. Let's head on over there now, and the team have just picked out something a little bit special here, and have a look at this recordia. Gold with green and red through it. What a stunning piece indeed. I know it will draw a pretty penny, but the boys are just deliberating over whether they should add that to the tray or not. And I did spot one more piece here, a beautiful Holy Grail torch, which is a sight to see. When you see them in person, they're a pretty special coral. That guy is going to be exported out. He does draw a very pretty penny indeed. But there are some more treasures over here, including these recordia here. Some really nice variety in here of just different colors. You see the green rim there with the purple with the red splashes through it. Some gold there. Some of your more, have a look at the red ring around that green one there. Orange splashes through one. And the boys have also pointed out a piece that they are bringing home here. A yellow tipped Magnifica, which... holy cow, that's a very special anemone there. Have a look at the color on that. That's going to look just incredible. Boys here pointing it out. It's going to look incredible with a pair of clowns swooshing through those tentacles. What a stunning, stunning piece indeed. But we're getting pretty close to the end of the corals, and I must confess I did manage to grab a tray and load up a few pieces, not for myself, but to bring back to Melbourne for some customers down here. Of course, you will be able to find a large number of these corals that were cherry-picked by the team at Reef Galleria Aquariums, and also Will from New Life Aquariums in Melbourne picked out a number of pieces as well. I will show you what I did pick out for the team at Deer Park Aquarium, because I managed to pick out just a few pieces, just loaded up one box because as touched on, the supplier did not want to extend out to new clients, but I managed to twist their arm into letting me pick a few pieces here. So we've got some kryptonite candy canes there, a couple of interesting chalice, a very nice recordia, some gorgeous acans, a beautiful little Cinaria, a mottled yellow hammer, and a few nice SBS along with a couple of elegants to round it out. All right, guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the secret coral wholesaler. I gotta say, I was blown away by the corals in this facility, and I think my camera actually struggled with some of the colors there. It's in a pretty dark shed there, and the corals were just glowing like shooting stars in the night. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Ken and the team at Reef Galleria Aquarium in Melbourne for giving me the invite to come along on this trip. I had a fantastic time, and I really look forward to bringing you guys the tour of the next 2 facilities over the next couple of weeks. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let Ken and the team know down below which coral you thought was the best and which one he should have brought home. And of course, if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so. It takes 2 seconds of your time, costs no money whatsoever, and that'll ensure you don't miss out on the next 2 wholesaler tours to come up in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, guys, I will leave you at that. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, stay safe and keep reefing. Cheers. Bye.
Oh.
I'm freezed up.